I'd like to welcome you all to this full moon circle. What a energetically big and powerful moon. If you were able to see it rise last night, it won't be peaking until this afternoon around 3 o'clock. But this moon is reflective and labeled called the snow moon. And it's especially powerful and potent this year as it lives on Imbolc as well, one of the seasonal shifts in the cycle of the year. And as we're feeling into and noticing what's happening during this full moon, of course, as with many full moons, it illuminates, it brings to awareness. This one in particular happening at 13 degrees of Leo. So if it is in your practice to look at your natal chart, to be with these energies in your natal chart, I will put a link in the chat if you'd like to know more or want to reach out and know more about it. But in particular, Leo, within your natal chart, this is your highlighting area for this full moon. And it's truly a vote and an energy of confidence that's happening here. This full moon in Leo is a refusal to stay small any longer. This can be happening in many different aspects or different areas of your life. This is something that maybe it's what we're seen and valued for, who we truly are. And as we've been working with leading up to this full moon, we've been noticing these performative roles, these prescriptive limiting beliefs that we've had in our lives. This is truly the moon to release those. All of the performance is done now. It's falling away. You can notice this if you're becoming increasingly uncomfortable with where you really aren't allowing yourself to be who you are. Asking yourself, where have I been hiding? Where have I been performing? This is truly what's being released this full moon. It's done. This is also energetically what's happening in the collective. So as much as this Leo full moon, it really is a joyful full moon. There's a joy, there's a release, there's this really noticing that there is light at the end of the tunnel, if you will. This can be seasonally speaking as well. The light is upon us. There's a sense of urgency happening in the shared narrative, as we've noticed collectively. There's also a happening between Saturn and Neptune, Saturn being the more disciplinarian work, Neptune being this spiritual, fun evolution. So Saturn and Neptune are moving toward their conjunction in Aries, which is the beginning of the year. It's a very fiery sign. This is happening on February 20th. So this is kind of in the future, but it's giving us this sense of this rare alignment. This is very rare. And this is, as we may have heard, we're maybe familiar with, we're seeing that dissolving of old structures. And we're birthing new ideals. So we're in this very liminal space. There's a great change upon us. However, this new full moon arrives like a candle in the dark, reminding us that even as these paradigms, these old constructs crumble and shift, our individual playfulness and creativity are essential. Along with that conjunction happening on February 20th, there's a solar eclipse arriving with a lunar new year on February 17th. So this is a little ways out, but something that this full moon is highlighting. After that, so this is the last full moon before this series of eclipses, and truly a pivotal point of release and acknowledgement. There'll be another lunar eclipse on March 3rd. Mercury will station retrograde on February 26th. You can take this or leave this. And I want to also acknowledge that as this is moving, as this is happening, time feels as though it's compressing. I know I've been feeling this for a while. The pace of change is rapid. And there's no turning back. So this week, this time frame, this pivotal point is asking us to take the leaps, release what is done, trust the process, speak authentically and with clarity, the inner into the outer, and truly soften our attachments to outcomes. Where have you been hiding? And what version of yourself is ready to take up that space now? So this illuminating light is reflective. It's showing us. It shows us the beautiful alignment, also the necessary tension between Leo, our creative, unique, energetic spirit, along with our role in the wider community, that energy of Aquarius. So what the mirror is reflecting back to us is this is your impact. Take accountability and own it. This illumination, this light may also feel like exposure. It could highlight where we feel overlooked, where we crave validation, maybe where we're not receiving. Maybe even in that space between our private heart and our public self. This has been happening in my chart for some time. So this mirror, this illumination may reflect back flaws or ignite fears of being too much or maybe not enough. So know that might come up, and that's not something wrong, bad, good. But we use this energy to consciously release what needs to be seen and let go. Maybe it's that old story of unworthiness. Maybe it's that need for external validation. Maybe it's as simple as a creative project that's ready to be completed. Lastly, we may feel as though we're even forced into a revelation. This can potentially leave us emotionally raw, maybe a little defensive before we're actually ready. And that release might even feel like a loss of control rather than a conscious choice. Will you let it confirm your fears, or will you let it confirm your power? The meaning is truly yours to define. So with this in mind, let's also acknowledge how far we've come. From last summer's Leo new moon, moving in these 6-month cycles. As we gather courage together today for the next chapter, the next evolution of ourselves from a deep place of reverence and self-respect. Contemplating, how will I stand in this light? Giving yourself just another moment here. We'll work with what we're releasing first. So if that context, that theme is present throughout any of your notes, your heart, your mind, intentionally working with that energy now. As we begin to rub the palms of the hands together, placing the thumbs on the sternum, and acknowledging the powerful energies at play here, reminding ourselves there is no right or wrong way to do or be. Bringing that intention for your release. What are you releasing? What performative roles are falling away? And as always, we listen to our body through any and all movements. I'll give modifications, different levels. As we open the palms to the heavens, our elbows hug into our chest. You can stay here. You can also bring the arms up into more of a 60-degree angle, relaxing through the shoulders and the neck. Whichever version of this feels the best in your body this morning. Focusing on the heart space, intending on the release. We bring ourselves to our breath and inhale into the upper belly and exhale. Inhale and exhale, which with each exhale releasing that concept, that construct more and more. And if you feel called to move into more of a breath of fire, Inhaling through the nose and a forceful exhale through the nose, pumping through the navel space. Softening through the shoulders if you're choosing breath of fire. This is a more stimulating breath, a more activating breath. A more clearing and cleansing breath. As long as the intention's there, you can breathe however it feels best. Using that breath to cleanse, to release. We're here with this breath for a little longer, noticing any resistance that might come up. As long as there's no pain, maybe leaning into the discomfort, the resistance, letting it go. We're burning away, we're cleansing away what no longer serves. We're giving it back to the earth. We're letting the full moon receive it. It's no longer ours to carry. Taking a full inhale here. If it's in your practice to suspend through the Mahaband, mixing that at the navel space, relaxing the shoulders and the face, keeping the palms face up, exhale. Let's suspend the exhale out. Hold the breath out until the body says it's time to inhale. When the time is to inhale, extend the arms high. Inhale big and exhale the hands through the aura. Palms face down, clearing, pushing it all back down to the earth. Ground here, feel, and just be present. Giving permission to the things that need to move, to move. How are you choosing to see your reflection? Taking one more deep inhale and deep exhale, let it go. Let it go. Staying in this very soft inner sanctuary, but moving, transitioning slightly. We're going to allow the legs to either extend out in front or three different options. We can stay in easy pose. We can let the legs be out in front, or we can bring the feet underneath into rock pose. Whatever option feels the best in your body. We're going to bring the arms out to the side. So creating this nice sacred geometry with the body, shoulders roll down. If, of course, you have shoulder injuries, you can bring the elbows by the side. It's no problem. The wrists will hang limp. We'll connect back in with our breath. And when it's time, and if you feel called to join in a breath of fire once again, to clear, to cleanse, to stimulate, or you can stay here with a soft inhale and exhale. We allow the bottom base of the body to support us. So engaging energetically through the Muladhara, the root, the core, relaxing through the shoulders and the neck. Our body helps hold our arms up if that's our choice. Not allowing the neck and the head to shrug up. Breathing here, consciously choosing what works the best in your body, your breath. Things are being illuminated, are being revealed to you now. We're almost there. And inhale, suspend, keep the arms lifted into our T. And an exhale, release. You can suspend out on the exhale. Allowing the body to choose when it's time for you to take the next inhale. Maybe allowing that beautiful balance happen. And then sitting in stillness. Bringing awareness into the heart space. with awareness, slowly transitioning yourself to a child's pose. Knees open, big toes to touch. Hands can come out in front as the forehead, the head melts down to the block, blanket the earth. Hands can also come down by the side. Allowing yourself to deeply surrender here. Maybe even allowing yourself to vibrate the mantra Ong So Hung. Ong So Hung. Those sounds coming into the nasal conch, into the third eye space. So as you play with mantra here, however it feels best, Ong So Hung. Ong So Hung. Bringing your awareness, your focus into the third eye space. As we balance here from the lower to the upper triangle, the bridge being the center here between the earth, between the sky, continuing to vibrate Ong So Hung. Ong So Hung, being a vibration. I am that. I am one with all. If you're chanting aloud, you can begin to whisper or even just feel the vibration, mentally chanting. Taking 3 more deep breaths here in child's pose. Just noticing the shift in the vibration. And the very soft transition. I invite you to either lay on your back or sit in a meditative posture in easy pose. Wiggling through the fingers to transition the body softly to either place. And as we stay in this very sacred space of surrender and acknowledgement, We'll bring our awareness to the very base of the spine, the legs, the feet, the root of our body, down past the feet as we anchor into the earth. Noticing and just being present with any sensation, with any energy here at the base of the spine, the legs, the feet, anchoring down, down, down into the earth. The Muladhara, our center for safety, security, stability. Staying focused on each center, not trying to change, as our next inhale brings us up about 3 inches to the sacral, to the womb space, our place of our reproductive organs, our center for creativity, for water and flow. Svastisthana chakra. Noticing here for a moment. Reflecting on your connectedness with other. Your next inhale, pulling up about 3 inches to the navel space, the solar plexus, the Manipura chakra, our center of fire, willpower, motivation, our digestion. How are you allowing this full moon to confirm your power? As we inhale up to the heart space, the Anahata chakra, how we give ourselves, receive love, and give other, how we hold space, the empathy, compassion, gratitude, and love. Where are you being asked to lead with your heart? An inhale up into the throat space, a little above the heart, your center for self-expression, for your truth. The Visuddha chakra. How we're speaking with clarity. How we're staying authentic and true to our heart. Inhaling the third eye space between the eyebrows, the Anja chakra. Are we allowing our intuition to be present? Do we have a grander, broader vision? Inhaling to the crown, our connectedness to our source, whatever that looks like, whatever that is called for each of us, to our higher sense of self, to that divine. Taking an inhale into the nose and an exhale. Feeling all of these centers, these vortexes, as they work in tandem with each other. Inhaling into the heart space and exhaling to release. Inhaling into the heart space and exhale, release. Final inhale into the heart space and exhale, release. Inviting a soft movement into the fingers, maybe a soft movement into the neck, hugging the knees into the chest, or staying here and dropping off the call. Beginning to softly invite the body back on board with the breath, allowing the body to fall off to either side. Staying here for a moment and just reminding yourself of the earth's stability, of the anchoredness our body has with the gravitational pull of the earth. And then allowing the hands, the body to move back up into an easy seat. Softly opening the eyes to invite light back through. Giving yourself a moment here to write down any reflections or anything that came up during that body chakra scan. And that's okay. to not write anything to. Giving yourself just another moment to reflect. How will you stand in this full moon light? This courageous, confident full moon in Leo. How will you let it confirm your power? Choosing to see your strength in your reflection, choosing to see your heart's truth as your guide, your courage as your compass. And as we stay with, incubate, illuminate by this full moon energy, this will continue to happen for a few days. So using this energy to move through these things, these concepts, these themes happening and moving into the beginning of the week, you may begin to see healing take place through communication. And these insights that have been percolating, coming through, may become your medicine for these meaningful conversations. That can also mean conversation with self as well as other. Maybe creating a beautiful ritual around self-compassion. Even reframing old wounds, old patterns. Because how you tell your story matters. How are we intending for change to occur?